Well. Welcome back to another match for Touhou Project Mania Cup, the 4th edition. As I said in the last stream, this one is going to be an absolute banger. We've got Mahjong Soul Official, seed number 2 versus Girlfriend ASMR, seed number 3, duking it out in winners semifinals for that last spot in, I guess, winners finals, huh? We're already at that point, so 8 titans of the game facing off against each other. First to 6, first to 7. One of those, nicknamed Donex, Pavin, and Coach Pen, facing off against Peach Miro, Nep, Invadi, and Tristan Jacob. Should be very much so a crazy match. This is as close as you can get, and I mean, at this point in the match, the margins are so close for some of these teams that it's absolutely insane. And we've already had a big block of matches, so this is going to end it off. And what a way to send it off until the last match in about, I think, 8 hours for this weekend. My name is Dynascape, if you haven't known. For this one, I'll be solo commentating. And starting it off, Girlfriend ASMR with the LN1 Protect, Mahjong Soul Official with the Rice 3 Protect, and we're gonna see LN4 bans from from Team Red, and for Team Blue we have a Rice 6 ban. So classic Rice versus LN, but really when you get to this point in seedings and you look at the team compositions, you kind of just know that anyone can play anything, just some play it slightly better than others. And with a very speedy protect and ban phase, we already get into that first pick of LN3. This is going to be Magus, the shield map. This is something that we saw in the last match, actually, with Bucky Toast and Teen God Scream versus Girls Band Cry, where it was a bit of a slugfest. Lots of misses, lots of breaks from a couple of different players on this. So, definitely, you have to be on your toes, because with the shields, it's so unlike any other of the LN maps. You have that sense of physicality, and honestly, at the last end of it, when you've already played through over 2.5 minutes of the map, it attacks you consistently. So there's still that stamina factor as well. So having in Don X for Team Red, for Team Blue, we have Peach Miro and Nep. Obviously, I say this again and again, but Girlfriend ASMR basically fielding the USA LN team for MWC. You always see Peach Miro and Jin on these kinds of picks, and of course Pavin for Team Thailand and Donex for Team China. So just a star-studded lineup that we have here. Bit of an intro, and Peach Miro doing well to match up with Donex, maybe trailing by a slight bit, but with Neptune leading over Pavin by a decent amount, does look like Girlfriend ASMR is going to take that bit of lead, especially with Donex actually taking, I think, a couple of late 200s. It's going to be real tough if that keeps up for the rest of the map. And seeing how Donex had dropped accuracy as the shields started to come in, could be quite a rough going in that back half, like I said. Still though, Team Red very much within striking distance, and on a map like this, I feel like you can never rule out the possibility of a drop or two, even with players of this caliber. So Peach Miro a bit behind Pavin, but very much in front of Donex. girlfriend ASMR at the number 1 and 3 pole positions. They are going to have a bit of a healthy lead. 3,000 points is nothing to scoff at as we get into another shield section here. And player to watch out for is definitely Don X, taking a lot of late 200s like I said, and cannot let that happen if I were them. 99.7 still very much a respectable score, and with Peach Marrow missing, suddenly the tables are turned. Bancho giving us a bit of a breather to assess how things are going, and double Bancho miss from Pavin. I'm not sure if Nep's miss is real either, but it seems like with the instability in their UR, I think it was real. And so, I mean, disastrous mid-game from Neptune and Peach Marrow. Unfortunate for them, but they did take a lot of misses, and what's more important is that Mahjong Soul official double FCs on the board for them, so consistency winning out, even though they do have, or they would have had lower FCs in terms of accuracy if both Peach Marrow and Neptune were to have actual clean run-throughs. It's just not the case for this timeline, and so last couple of shields coming through, last section here, and there's really not much to be done. 8,000 points seems quite insurmountable, and I think we need a double break at this point. Yeah, last section, and Donex and Pavin doing great. V1SS from Pavin as well. 996 is a crazy score, and I'll let the scores tell the tale. Peach Marrow 2 SBs, I believe, and Neptune with a very big drop. 6 misses for them, and I think they could have taken it if both of them had FC'd, but it just wasn't meant to be, as Mahjong Soul take that first point and a big break point as well, setting the tone for this match. Nickname gonna give the go for Rice 1. This is the speed map. We've seen it quite a bit. I think we saw it in the last match, so no real new surprises here. This is a very straightforward map, and scales well with how it went in the quarterfinals. Mahjong Soul definitely going for that, I guess, straightforwardness. Gonna test the waters here, how the speed map goes, and I think that if they do really well on this, things like Rise 5 and Rise 6 probably start to become really good picks for them in their minds. So definitely something where they can branch out if they do take this point. But that's half, that's the whole battle. They do have to get this point, and against Peach Marrow and Neptune, definitely it's gonna be a tall order. Pretty calm start. You do see a bit of the themes come into play with the changing snaps based on the vocal intensity, and here we go into this really long stream, and with that Jack ending as well, super tough into this transition main meat of the map. Very long stream section, and it seems like all the players feel very confident on it. In fact, Neptune has a 99.97, slightly above everyone else, with Peach Marrow slightly below everyone else. So I think things are actually quite even at the moment. We do get a little bit of an Ellen section. We did see someone miss 2 matches ago. Thankfully that didn't happen here. And back into the streams. Finally, a bit of a break, and unfortunately, Nev had actually missed at the tail end of that section, so once again, Mahjong in a better position because of the combo game. It's quite unfortunate for Girlfriend ASMR that Nev did drop like in that last map, but what can you do? You can only really try to push for a big of a score as possible, even with the miss setting you back. And with how Pavin and Donx are doing, you kind of have to hope for a miss on their side as well. I don't think you can really take this by accuracy at this point. And with Peach Marrow dropping, things are super dire for Team Blue. Last real stream section, some of the funkier rolls coming through, and then a couple of thriller sections after. And as the map closes out, we're gonna see Pavin and Donx with extraordinary scores: 99.9 from Pavin, 99.9 from Donx. Insane to think about. So 99.6 and I think a 998 from Donx. Just about incredible showing from them. Almost DDP on Donx's side. And Pavin with the quad sixes. Clean score to look at from them as well. So great showing from them. But looking at how the accuracies went, it doesn't seem like the misses mattered at all. Peach Marrow taking those 200s later on in the map, and especially with their 300 count. Unfortunately, no matter what, Team Red would have taken it. Thankfully, it was their pick, but Girlfriend ASMR definitely have some catching up to do. Next pickup for Girlfriend ASMR gonna be Neuro Circuit, and we've seen this a couple times before this weekend, where this is quite a doozy of a map. Very, I guess, releasey focused. Some awkward LNs thrown into the mix, and I think this is probably a good pick for Peach Marrow and Neptune if they were to stay in as a team. Doesn't seem like Pavin or Donx are changing either, so not making use of their other members yet so far, but I think as the set progresses, we'll probably see a couple switch-ins. Map is starting, and as the song ramps up, we'll get into the bulk of the map pretty soon. You'll see, you know, a couple of weirder shields here, and you did have a flammier start, but once you get into the chorus, that's really where it shines through, and where you can try to hone in your accuracy as much as possible and beat the other players. And here we go with the streamer sections, and then followed by these weirder LNs. It seems like Pavin and Donx kind of have a stranglehold on Girlfriend ASMR, as Peach Marrow unfortunately has a bit of a discrepancy in terms of accuracy compared to the other three, but nothing that can be remedied by a couple of bad judgments or a miss from Team Red. First break section, And as we look at the scores, it's only about a 1,000-point lead for Mahjong Soul Official. And Peachmore has done well to actually bring up their accuracy by just a bit, especially with Don X leading in with a couple of late 200s and a bit of trouble on the releases. It's a lot closer than how it looked at the start. So with Neptune and Pavin tied, one of them is going to have to break through and try to create something for their team. For Pavin, try to create more of a lead. For Neptune to try to decrease their lead. And we finally get back into one of the harder sections of the map. At this point, Peachmo has essentially caught up to Don X, maybe losing by just a little bit, and Neptune actually falling to Pavin. So at this point, Mahjong Soul Official with a commanding lead, but really anything can happen. A couple 200s would swing it either way. Last section here in Donox, actually choking a bit in terms of accuracy. Pavin, oh my lord, Pavin staving off Girlfriend ASMR with a 996 performance. So, I mean, honestly, beautiful 4-way FC from all four players. But Pavin was the X factor, really the difference maker for them. Beautiful V1SS on a map like that is honestly insane. And Pichu and Neptune asking for a timeout. Very, very smart of them to do that, because if I were Girlfriend ASMR, honestly, I would not expect to be down 0-3, especially with having picked two of the maps already. So that's already 2 breakpoints afforded to Mahjong Soul Official. They're not going to have too many more opportunities after this, especially if Mahjong is able to hold on to their next pick. And so Donex actually exclaiming that it is their PB. Very clutch PB to have. The most opportune time to have it in match, especially when you are playing against squads such as Girlfriend ASMR. Apparently for Pavin, it's their first score. I don't know if it's their side read. Surely they've at least looked through it, but to set their first score and hit a 996 on that map, beat out Neptune, that's a bit insane. Something to think about is what Mahjong Soul Official is gonna pick next, because it is their turn. They have a decent amount of things to go for. Like I said at the start of Rice 1, they could go for Rice 5, they could go for Rice 6. I think at this point, when you see Peach Marrow and Neptune showing a bit of weakness, a bit of problems in consistency, some of those maps seem really good right now. I believe right now the timeout should be dwindling, should be getting close to where all of the players should be up to bat. And yes, Trooper does send the updated score 3-0, and again it is Mahjong Seoul officials' turn to pick. Should note that Rice 6 was actually banned by Girlfriend ASMR, so a bit in line with what I was thinking. Makes sense that they would ban it. I still think that Rice 5 is a good pick, and with how choky Team Blue has been, Rice 7 maybe as well. Not to mention that they also have their Protect in Rice 3, so they do feel confident on Jump Stream. Rice 3 always a good pick, and of course you do have Rice 2 to kind of supplement that because they are maps of the same vein. But all things considered, Mahjong Seoul official is taking their time. They do not want to squander this lead. They're up 3-0 against a heck of a team. You cannot afford to give them anything. You give them an inch, they'll take a mile. That's just the kind of team they are. And they are going to go for Rice 5 here, so no Life Queen coming out. I'm going to have to see how that works. This map going 3 for 3, and this 3-match block, so picked in all of them. Very popular pick, honestly. Kind of makes sense. It's a good mixed Rice pick where you can kind of transition it from winning a similar pick, or if you win this pick, you can feel pretty safe going into other picks such as Rice 1, like we saw Team Red win, or maybe even Jackson Rice 4. So Pavin yet again coming in. Peach Marrow also in for Team Blue. No switches there. Real question is Team Red gonna switch out Donex? And the answer currently is no. So all 4 of these players playing through all 4 maps so far. Good luck, have funs, come out. And Mahjong Seoul trying to keep that lead up, trying to make it 4-0. And hit Girlfriend ASMR with the devastating blow. On the flip side of the coin though, Girlfriend ASMR trying to make some moves happen. And if they can take this break point, very much so they'll still be in this game. Pretty calm start, all things considered, for this map, and as everyone gets up to the combo cap, we can assess that Donex has missed. And what a bit of a strange place to miss, definitely in that, I guess, stream transition out of the Jax, but still, I do think for these types of players, it's should be a breeze to usually FC through it, but just catching out Donex at the right time for Girlfriend ASMR, wrong time for Team Red, and Team Blue currently getting that lead, and also a very much so needed one, because Nebgen matching Pavin, maybe losing a bit slightly to them in terms of accuracy, but more importantly, before that miss from Donex, Peachmar was being beaten out by them, so yeah, Team Blue really needed that, and if you get into this halfway point, more Jacks to follow, see if anyone chokes on these. No chokes there. Seems like we are going to get into that second verse, and hopefully Donex doesn't miss again like they did in the first one. Donex kind of clawing back their accuracy though. I think they went down to 99.7 after that miss, all the way up to 99.82, and trying to reach for Peach Marrow. So if they can get within that distance, Peachmero missing would be huge, or even Neptune. In the final section now, and Donex Pavin holding on closely to their lead. Absolute perfection is needed from them, and Girlfriend ASMR do need a miss, but it does not seem so. Peachmero and Neptune, very solid showing, 99.95 and 85 respectively in terms of accuracy. Neptune actually beating out Pavin at the end, even though I think for most of the map, at least in the first part, they were losing in terms of accuracy. But I mean, Neptune's a fourth quarter player. You can really expect them to dig into the tank for things like that. And Peachmero, great showing from them as well. DMA could use a little bit of work, but what's more important is that they did not miss at all. So I think that led to Team Red actually losing, but it's a bit hard to tell, especially with that 50. What a quick pick by Peachmero, going for LN1, the coordination LN pick, and definitely we've seen a lot of teams struggle, whether that be through accuracy or even just holding combo. On a map like this, obviously, release and coordination are the bane of many players, not just tournament players in general. So Pavin and Donex staying in, feel confident for them, and Peachmero and Neptune as well. But no cages so far in the set. I would have expected one or two by now, but no, all four of these players are super ready to go, super willing to fight, put their lives on their line for the win. And so as we get into it, definitely a couple things to watch out for are obviously those quicker inverse gaps, and there's some weird one-hand coordination to start off with as well. Map starting off, and we get a little bit of that one-handed coordination that I talked about. It seems like things are pretty even as it stands. Neptune, great start. Peachmero leaves a little bit more to be wanted, but I'm sure they'll get their LN accuracy up, as I know them to be a very proficient player when it comes to things like this. Pavin and Donex kind of middle of the road, slotted in between the both of them, but with Donex taking actually a couple of 200s, one early, one late, seems like Girlfriend ASMR is going to solidify their lead by quite the margin. Neptune beating Pavin by a decent bit. Same thing could be said for Peachmero, leading to about 1,000 points for Girlfriend ASMR. As we know, it's not a huge amount, but it is there and does afford Girlfriend ASMR to take a couple 200s if needed, especially if Peachmero does find themselves to be susceptible to 200s like we saw at the start. Bit of a denser section, a lot of I guess inverse jacks is the terminology for it, and Neptune and Pavan staying strong, and in terms of the fight between Peachmero and Donix, seems like Donix has let this slip away from their grip. As the map has progressed, so has their accuracy deteriorated, and it's not looking too hot right now for Mahjong Soul Official. There's enough notes in this map to where I feel like a miss might not be the deciding factor, and with Neptune missing, they're testing that theory out. Score is gonna flip back and forth for just the shortest of moments, but with Peachmero missing as Neptune gets up to the combo cap, it seems like Girlfriend ASMR cannot catch a break. 1/4 left in the map, but I still think that this is salvageable even without a miss. Last little section here, Pavan and Donix holding on to their FCs, but I still think there's a little bit more map left for Girlfriend ASMR to claw it back. Really, it all hinges on how many 200s can Donix drop, or will anyone take a dive slash a miss. Peachmero and Neptune have done so well through and throughout this map, just little mistakes spelling to their doom, and it's gonna be cemented. Pavan and Donix complete this breakpoint. That makes 3 breakpoints for Team Red, and wow, you look at the 200 that Donix took, and unfortunately just was not enough for the misses from Peachmero and Nep. Very, very close map, all things considered. Only 600 points between the two, and Pavan getting a V1 SS. Again, I feel like Pavan is just that guy. Pavan is the X factor in this match 100%, where because of their score and being able to match Neptune, despite not having better accuracy, they are getting better combo. Mahjong Soul rewarded with that 4th point, with that next pick being able to potentially send it to match point. So once again, Mahjong Soul taking a bit of time to decide on what they want to do. And like I said last time, you cannot afford to let this pick go awry. You really do have to get this from Girlfriend ASMR. Yes, you have had 3 breakpoints from their picks, but you've also let 1 slip through on your side. It is 4-2. You are 2 points away, so letting Girlfriend ASMR kind of get that next point as the well dries up, as you get less and less potential picks, that could be disastrous. And Mahjong Soul Official with the smart move of going for the protect. Obviously, if they win this and win the next one, it would be their last pick, so that's always why you want to kind of pick your protect on the potential last pick if you feel up to it, and that is what they're doing here. Yet again, no switches from either team, so we're just gonna have a good old slugfest yet again. Peachmero and Neptune trying to catch up. They've been playing catch up this entire time versus Mahjong Soul Official, and furthermore, work needs to be done. Pavan and Donix, they're so close to the light. 4-2, maybe making it 5-2, especially on their protect. They 100% need to hold this. here we go into the first meaty jump stream section. It's pretty fast already at 241.5 BPM, but then you take a look at the patterns and the amount of trills, the amount of density in this map, it is very much so a toughie. Neptune and Donex and Pavin even very close together, whereas Peach Miro is behind by just a little bit in accuracy, and that's giving Mahjong Soul the slightest bit of a lead. But nothing a couple of 200s can't fix. As we get into this break section, we see that for Mahjong Soul, they've extended their lead by just a little bit, but we're halfway through, and we've seen comebacks of higher calibers, of larger differences, and so the nerves must be racking right now for Girlfriend ASMR as they try to squander the momentum that Mahjong Soul official has had throughout the entirety of this match. And we get into this last section. No one trips up on those little split trills mixed into the transition, and here we go. This is the final portion. Peach Miro definitely needs to keep up their accuracy, and Neptune kind of needs to get it up a little bit, but I think more importantly is that Donex or Pavin need to fall, and I don't know if that's going to happen. They've shown time and time again throughout the set that they are very much so consistent tonight, and they're doing great. Last section here, there's a lot of weirder rolls, a lot of faster sections that might catch you off guard, and I think a couple of split trills as well, but it doesn't seem like they're gonna drop. No, not even on those last split trills. Pavin and Donex hold off Nep and Peach Miro yet again. Donex even beating out Neptune by the slightest amount. Unfortunately, it was close, but not close enough, especially when you look at all four players getting that V1 SS. Just that innate accuracy difference is there for Mahjong Soul official. And so Mahjong Soul official now at match point against Girlfriend ASMR. Currently 5-1. And yeah, Girlfriend ASMR gonna have to use up another LN pick. This one's gonna be LN2. So we're gonna see Lunatic Princess. It's not their Protect because they've already used that up, but it is the last LN of the pool, so it's the one that makes the most sense. Thankfully, I do think that this is where Peach Miro and Neptune can really shine. We've seen Donex kind of hold Peach Miro off for most of the maps in terms of accuracy, but on something like density, and especially at this level of play, I think Peach Miro should have a decent advantage against Donex. And obviously, as we've seen time and time throughout this set, Neptune and Pavin are basically together when it comes to accuracy, maybe little differences here and there. So in a four-way FC, I would expect Peach Miro to beat Donex by a little bit, and I think Girlfriend ASMR should take this in a perfect world. And here we go. Last position for Mahjong Seoul official potentially. They are at match point. Girlfriend ASMR needs to make a monstrous comeback. And even then, they still have the tiebreaker looming for them. So, a big quest stands in front of Team Blue's way. But I do think that this map is a good start for them. And as I said, Pichimo slight lead in terms of accuracy over Don X. I don't know if it's gonna hold for too much, but Neptune and Pavin about the same accuracy as well. More late releases coming over on Don X's side, and that's really leading to as many 300s as they're getting, and why Pichimo has a bit of an advantage. Neptune even having a small advantage over Pavin as well. Fourth of the map through. This is a long one, so strap in as Girlfriend ASMR try to take their lead to above 1,000 points, and really that second player difference is helping Pichimo showing their prowess on LNs over Donex. Bit of a easier section as we have that midway break, but it seems like these players will not slow down in terms of accuracy. Neptune 99.93 only faltered yet a little bit, Pavin a bit more so I think the lead has grown to a pretty sizable amount, 2,500 points. Definitely some 200s could be afforded. What can't happen is Peach Mirror or Neptune missing. As we've seen in a couple of these maps, both of them really do need to have that FC, and that's the most important part, especially on a map like this where you know you have the better accuracy overall against your opponents. What matters most is that you get that FC. Finally in the densest sections of the map, and doesn't seem like Peach Mirror and Neptune are gonna stop anytime soon. Donex drops below 99.7. Pavin fell just a little bit in terms of accuracy, and Donex actually taking that first miss of the map, and what a time to do it in the last couple of seconds of the whole map. Unfortunately for Mahjong Seoul official, unless it's straight out right here and now, Girlfriend SMR are going to take this point, and it does come true. Peach Mirror Neptune with a 995 average as, yeah, 997 almost from Neptune. Peach Mirror 993, and Pavin did their best to try to hold on to Neptune, but unfortunately for Donex, those two misses sealed the deal. It wouldn't have mattered regardless, looking at the accuracies, but one could always hope, and you never know if Peach Mirror and Neptune are gonna miss. Quick pick coming out from Mahjong Seoul official, as it is 5-2. They take the hybrid pick. Pretty interesting. I mean, they did solidify hybrid 3, but they still had Rice 2, 4, and 7. So pretty interesting to see, and especially I do think that Rice 2 could be a good pick later on, seeing how Don X is beating Peach Mirror in terms of Rice's physicality overall. It's just, can Pavin match Neptune on 260 BPM jump stream, but they're gonna look to end it on this one instead. Love the World. This is one of the first times we are seeing it this weekend, and this is quite the treat. I wonder what Pavin Donex's line of thought is for picking this one over some of the other Rice maps. as the map starts, as the song starts. Mahjong Soul official looking to send C3 into losers bracket and punch in their ticket to the podium guaranteed as they fight for it. Some of the funkier patterns finally coming out, slightly similar to Hybrid 3 where you have some burstier streams and then also a lot of short long notes to go with it. Just different in nature, and Peach Mirror, unfortunately, it seems like they cannot match the accuracy of Don X. Not sure if that's gonna matter though, as Pavin does take a miss. That is a big one to take as well, because I mean you're looking at your top scoring player, and them taking a miss is quite large. It was decently dirty as well. Pavin already getting up their accuracy, but 3,000 points of a cushion seems to be what Girlfriend ASMR is working with. Neptune outpacing Donex by just a little bit. Peach Mirror getting their accuracy up, especially during that break section. However, when we get into that next little chorus, that next breakdown, we might see some accuracies dip just a little bit, and I think that's going to be the real difference maker in this map. Ooh, long stream section, and everyone holds on just fine. In fact, no real accuracy drops, as Girlfriend ASMR looking really clean. Some of these faster long note sections are coming out, and Peach Mirror actually misses on one of them, so now trades are even. Pavin actually gives it back, so combo back over to Girlfriend ASMR's side as we look towards the last fourth of the map. Yet again, the lead is about 3,000 points, but can anyone on Team Blue or Red shake things up? Can someone miss on Team Blue? Can Team Red solidify their accuracy? I don't know. It feels like Neptunes has so comfortable on this map, 99.9 from them, whereas Peach Mirror has been doing good through and throughout, except for small glints of mistakes, and that's a big one. That's a giant mistake to make right at the end. I think that was an SB. And for Girlfriend ASMR, that is going to be the end of their winners bracket run, off of the back of a miss from Peach Mirror at the end to seal the deal. They had it in their hands on that map. They had everything to work with, but they let that chance slip through, unfortunately. And Mahjong Soul, 100% the more consistent team in this match. But, I mean, you can really look forward to Girlfriend ASMR making their way back into Losers Grand Finals. And we'll possibly see a rematch, whether that be in Grand Finals or Finals, I'm sure, because Girlfriend ASMR is such a deadly team to send into the Losers side through Finals. And might have a TB showcase, but congratulations to Mahjong Soul official for winning in such a battle against Girlfriend ASMR. Again, seeds 2 and 3, you can always expect a close one, and Donex and Pavin really strong-armed their way through Neptune and Peach Mirror today. So, well played to both of these teams. That was the end of our 3-hour block session. We only have one more match remaining. That's going to be at 14 UTC. So in about 7 hours, a little bit more than that, that's going to be a losers match in Retirados y Peligrosos versus Benny Goodman. That should be a really good one as well. Lots of stars on both of those teams. But that's going to do it for us for now. Thank you for watching this match. Let's see if we're going to get the TB. Yeah, I think we are going to show the TB. So, while this one is going on, I guess I should plug for you guys. If you guys do enjoy the content that we're putting out, if you do enjoy these matches, you do appreciate the organizers, one way to do so is to donate to the prize pool, to the all of the costs that go with associating tournaments. Being a host myself, I know how expensive it can get, so uh, any love is appreciated for Touhou Project Mania Cup, especially with them being such a rock, a pillar in the community, providing these high quality tournaments time and time again throughout the years for all of us. If you guys do want to support us, and specifically the organizers for THMC, the fourth, go ahead and check out our coffee link in the stream description. Scroll down on Twitch. I'm sure they'll have it on Bilibili as well. I think you can find it in the link section of the Discord. So, just something to note if you guys have been enjoying this tournament so far. Bobbin taking that first miss. Should be noted, as Peach Mode trades it out, that we have not seen a tiebreaker yet. We've had 4 matches so far, go 6-4, but no one being able to close that gap into a tiebreaker mode. And so we'll see what would have potentially happened if it were an actual TB from Girlfriend ASMR and Mahjong Solo Official, because I think a lot of people were expecting this to either be 6-4, 6-3, or tiebreaker 6-5 for either of these teams. Especially with how close all of these players are. And I mean, to be 3,000 points or 3,000 objects into a tiebreaker and still have the lead between the two swap back and forth in the realm of 2 digits is absolutely insane, and goes to show how crazy close this match could have been. Onyx taking that miss, so currently Nupjin the only FC on the board for Girlfriend ASMR. And honestly, this is obviously a very tough map. See Nupjin get a 99.88 on this is absolutely astonishing. I think that'd be hitting at a 99 or a 996, that they're able to close it out here. That would be an absolutely insane score to get a 996 on Semi's tiebreaker. Another miss from Peach Marrow. Obviously, again, well, I should say, if you're just tuning in, this is a tiebreaker showcase. Mahjong Soul Official did win 6-2 versus Girlfriend ASMR in a very close set, although the score doesn't show that. Each map was incredibly close. And a bit of a wackier rice section we see here. This tiebreaker is very long, 7 minutes 13 seconds. We're only passing halfway through. Seems like Mahjong Soul Official solidifying their lead off of the back of Peach Marrow's couple of misses. Big jump throw there to finish off that section and get into a bit of a slower section. Finally, we get into the last fourth of the map. You see here, Neptune, the only FC for these players. We're already 7,000 notes in. Last couple of sections, and we do get some of the harder LN patternings that we've seen compared to what we've seen throughout the map. More of a hybrid section here, and all players really very high combos. Sometimes you'd expect misses here and there, especially when you get into some of these key eyes, but all four of them have done so well to have multi-thousand combos. Neptune, of course, with the FC, gonna try to finish this off yet again with a 996 is what they're reaching for. Pavan and Onyx, one or two misses under their belts. Moving into these LN jump trills, we get into the rolls, and map is gonna finish off. I think Neptune safely completes the FC, and look at how close the score is despite everything that's happened. Within 100 points. Granted, this is a showcase, but really lends to how close these two teams are. Gonna have to see what number it finishes on. Yeah, 85 points in a disgustingly long 7-minute tiebreaker with almost 10,000 combo for each of the players. To only lose by 85 points is insane. This would have been an incredible actual tiebreaker if it went the distance. But that's, again, gonna do it. Once again, congratulations to Mahjong Seoul official for winning. And I'm sure we'll see more of Girlfriend ASMR as they come back with a vengeance through the losers bracket. Good games and well played to both teams. Only one more match in the weekend. Like I said, in about 7 hours, we do have our last match in the losers with Dorado C. Peligrosos versus Benny Goodman. And then we'll keep you guys updated on when the showcase is. But we hope you guys enjoyed this pretty long block, 3 hours long. Some great matches for all of them, and we hope you guys can catch us for this last one as well for the showcase. Hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you in the next one.